We continue now with our live coverage from Ukraine, where 11 million Ukrainians and counting have been forced to leave their homes since Vladimir Putin's assault on civilians began. The United Nations says more than 4 million Ukrainians have fled this country, and well over 7 million remain inside the borders but have been forced from their homes. Internally displaced persons is what they're called. Many are finding refuge in this western city of Lviv, where I am right now. Today, my team and I visited a minor league soccer club where the owner has opened his doors to his new home team, Ukrainian families he desperately hopes to protect.
Under the watchful eye of this lion, a local soccer team mascot, 3-year-old Yana, exhausted, finally sleeps. Yana has fled Donetsk with her mother and big sister, her aunt and cousins. It is no longer safe for her there. But here in Lviv, residents, like Ukrainians across the country, are opening their homes and businesses to fellow citizens.
Vulnerable families fleeing their homes, seeking refuge wherever they can find it, including for this 3-year-old girl and this 4-year-old girl at this soccer club in Lviv.
The Galician Lions are a minor league soccer club, their fierce fighting spirits so far more successful off the field than on. Team executives say their offices, emblazoned with lion logos, has offered a resting place for hundreds of refugee families such as this one, stopping in on their way to the border into Poland.
It must be very difficult to be a mother and protect your children at a time like this when there are horrible things happening.
Tak.
Yes, it is both physically and psychologically difficult.
Anastasia tells us she was a pharmacist's assistant before the war. Her sister-in-law, Katya, an accountant. Their husbands remain back east as their journeys likely continue soon, out of the country. Now they say they are open to any job and any safe way of life for their family.
I was also a bookkeeper, worked at a company. I'm also ready to take any job. We left because of our children. We left our town because we were afraid of their psychological state. We have a war there, and we were very scared.
Their oldest children, 11-year-old Yegor and 9-year-old Valeria, seem sad and confused.
How was the journey?
It was very long, but I'm very happy now that we are in a safe place.
What do you miss the most?
I miss my grandmother, and I would like to be back in my town, because here everything looks very unfamiliar to me, unknown.
It must be tough being a kid and having to go through all this.
A bit.
They are, after all, only 11 and 9, but they find themselves having to comfort their much younger siblings.
Yegor, what do you tell your little sister in the other room when she gets worried?
I tell her everything is going to be fine and that it will end soon.
Relatively, these children are lucky. Thousands of Ukrainians, including the nation's youngest, have been killed in Putin's brutal war. Innocent civilians murdered in their hometowns, in their homes. Many more in danger of being next. And that is what motivates soccer club owner Oleg Smalichuk.
I want to change my profession. I bought a rifle. I want to become a sniper. I believe after what we have seen, what happened in Bucha, the number has increased tenfold of people like me who want to join.
He wants to join the Ukrainian military, he says, and go to the front lines.
I definitely want to go where I can avenge our children.
Upstairs, he began to show me the sniper rifle and ammunition he purchased. And as if we needed any more evidence of the threat the people of Ukraine find themselves under, constantly, the air raid siren went off while we were speaking. Oleg did not stop, and instead continued loading the bullets, ready to go to war for the children under the Ukrainian flag and under the watchful eye of the Galician Lions.
The club owner also told me he thinks Germany's reluctance to completely shut off Russian gas imports is partly to blame for the ongoing war. Those, of course, would be the sanctions that Putin probably fears the most. We'll be right back.